Time for our talk of the town today here on AM 1390 KRFO. Today we're going to talk about pickleball. There's a clinic coming up, and they're going to start their play pretty soon, all less than a month away. And also there's a tournament coming up. And to tell us more about that, we have Connie Markel along with Vicky Vanetta, who join us with the Pickleball Association. And I suppose it never hurts. It's still a new enough sport that we just maybe can start off by talking about what are we talking about as far as pickleball? Big ball, little ball, how's it played? Want to give us a little synopsis to start us off?
Well, it's kind of adaptive tennis, really, but some of the rules a little bit different. But it's played basically on a tennis court that much smaller. The net's a little lower, and the court's a little shorter and a little less wide. So it's much more body friendly to get to the balls and to play. And some of the rules are adaptive from tennis, ping pong, and badminton. So it's a combination of quite a few sports. But
yeah, I know. Do you have to be pretty active or pretty decent shape? Is it physically demanding or not?
Well, it can be.
It can be. Okay.
Up to, it's like everything else. Once you get, there's levels. So at a more competitive level, it can be draining, physically draining, probably more emotional draining, but no, what's fun about it is that you can have a certain level of competence in a very short period of time and without all that stress and strain on your body. So it's good physically and emotionally that you feel you can really connect with the sport.
Someone has tried it and say, okay, I'm committed, I'm going to become part of the pickleball. Now, what do they need to purchase? Do you need to buy your own balls? Do you need rackets, or do you need special clothes, special shoes? What do you need?
Well, they prefer you wear a court shoe. Special clothes, we have people show up in athletic wear, we have people show up in blue jeans. So whatever you're comfortable playing in. Currently, the association has paddles and balls that are always available during reserved association play times, which now we're finishing up our indoor season, but we currently play Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday mornings out at Christian Family Church from 9 till noon. And then we also play on Monday evenings from 6:30 to 8:30. On May 4th, we will be moving to our outdoor courts, and that schedule is a little bit different. We'll be playing Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday mornings from 9 to 12, and Tuesday and Thursday evenings from 5:30 till whenever you want to leave the courts.
Okay. And for folks who are just curious and want to try it out, you offer some instruction times too, don't you?
Yeah, and the instruction times during evening play is at 5:30 to 6:30, and during the morning play is 11 o'clock.
And I know one of the things you wanted to talk about, there's a clinic coming up, I guess next week. When? Where
Monday, this next Monday, April 13th, we have a clinic. We have 2 world champion players coming down to put on this clinic for us. We will have 3 sessions. There's a session in the morning from 9 to 12, another one from 1 to 4, and the third session is from 5:30 to 8:30. We currently have a couple openings in the morning session and 4 openings in the evening session.
And that's at the Christian Family Church?
That is also at the Christian Family Church, and the cost is $20 if you're a member of the Owatonna Pickleball Association and $25 if you are not.
Okay, so someone who's curious, they pay their $25 and they show up, and then what's going to happen? They get to watch these people, and then they get to take part a little bit?
Well, this clinic is not for people who have never played before.
Oh, okay.
You need to know the rules of the game. So it is really for people who have an understanding of the game already. But it is, if you have an understanding of the game and would like to participate, it's a clinic where you come and you will learn skills and strategies.
I suppose it's a lot like when the young kids get together and learn how to field a baseball and learn how to bunt and stuff like that with clinics, stuff like that. Is the sport picking up? I mean, I'm running across more people saying that they're playing pickleball. Am I tuned in? More and more folks hopping on the bandwagon?
Oh yeah, it's really a growing sport, and we're actually kind of late in the country getting on the bandwagon. You go further south, especially around, well, in the Northeast and around and Arizona, Texas. It's a huge sport. Had a friend that just came back from Arizona, and they had 24 courts and were filled every day with people waiting to play the sport. and it's just really growing and very popular. But I think we here in Owatonna kind of have an advantage. We're one of the few that are on the cutting edge here that we have formed our own association, and that's really very helpful to help us organize events like the clinic, and we have an upcoming tournament, and it's just really advantageous for us to gives us an advantage to promote the sport.
Okay. So someone takes the plunge and says, I'm going to become a pickleballer. Okay, let's see, Monday, May 4th, I'm going to go out there to Morehouse Park at 9 o'clock. Will I get on there right away, or do I have to sign up ahead for a time, or do I wait my turn? How does that work?
Oh, no. Well, of course, you might have to wait your turn depending upon how many people show up, but no, you just come, and especially if you're new, believe me, we have people that will love to help you learn the game. I just can't say enough about our association. We're so people friendly. I mean, we actually really, really like each other, and we have social events. We have get-togethers, and it's just as much about about getting out and exercising as it is socializing.
Is that why you think it's growing? Is maybe not so much the sport itself, but actually just a chance to hang out with folks you like?
I think that might be part of it. It is a game that is much more friendly to be played as partners. It's much more friendly that way, and it's much more fun with 4 people than just 2 people.
Yeah. Can you show up by yourself and assume you'll have someone to play with you? Okay.
Oh yes. You don't have to come with a partner or anything, because we rotate out. We don't have fixed partners. We're constantly mixing up the 4 that are on the court. Later on, as you learn the sport, or after you learn the sport, just so that you're not intimidated, because we do have some pretty strong players, but we might try to mix you according to ability level until you're comfortable with the sport.
Yeah, I was going to ask too, what's the age range? I mean, if you're 80 years old, you probably don't want to take on a 20-year-old. What kind of range are you looking at in the association?
Although that's fun sometimes.
Maybe you could have, but I don't know.
The age range is, if you can stand and hold a paddle and hit a ball, you're good.
Okay, dumb question. I don't know. Is it 1-on-1, or can you go 2-on-2? Do you have doubles or not?
You can go singles. Singles is much more physically demanding and does require a little bit more expertise. So, that's not what I would recommend for a novice. You definitely want to come and play doubles.
And doubles. Okay. What's the hardest part of being a good pickleball player? Is there a certain skill that...
Staying out of the kitchen.
Or learning how to keep score.
Learning how to keep score. I still can't get the scoring right.
What does it involve for scoring offhand? Or maybe I shouldn't ask you. Maybe I should ask Connie.
Yeah. Yes, you're absolutely right, because I always mess it up.
Well, the confusing part is you have server 1 and server 2, and you're not always server 1 and you're not always server 2. So it's just keeping track of which server you are, and as we get older, when you get a long volley going, sometimes we completely forget the score altogether. So then we have to reconstruct. But it's really not that difficult.
Okay.
Anybody can pick it up. Vicky's going to catch on soon.
Yeah, we're talking to Connie Marquette.
Yeah,
Don't they sound like fun girls to play with?
Yeah, my senior moments are few and
Especially
very
if
often.
They forget how to keep score, so you're probably guaranteed to win and you actually want. Just say, no, my turn, you forgot.
Yeah.
Vicky Vanetta, and along with Connie Marquette with us, talking about the Pickleball Association. What is the association all about? I mean, if someone wants to become a part, are there dues and certain obligations, or how does that work?
Well, the obligation is please come and play with us and come out and hang out with us. Otherwise, it's $10 annual fee. And the biggest advantage is you get a little bit of a cost cut when in our indoor season. You don't pay as much for regular play. You get a cost discount. And you get you get to be on our email list and hear about all the things that are going on in and around the community. And like I say, we do try to have a couple social events throughout the year.
And okay, if someone goes in and you want to buy your own pickleball and your own paddle, most sporting goods have it anywhere around here. And then what are you looking as far as cost? What does a ball or a paddle cost? I guess 5, 10, 100. I don't know.
Well, you could.
I have no idea.
Once again, it's like any other sport. Depending
right.
upon you can go from very economical to very spendy. I think the most expensive one I've seen is almost $200.
But you can pick one up for 10 or 15 bucks also, a wooden paddle.
Okay.
You know, and I would highly, if you're into the sports, to come and start with the ones that we provide. That is a very good all-around paddle, and I think it costs around 40.
No, they're closer to 70.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good all-around paddle. You know, sometimes I wouldn't recommend starting with the wood paddles. They get kind of heavy.
What are the other ones made of?
The other ones, oh boy, that's another question. Anywhere from graphite to
Carbon fiber.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay, there's a whole gamut of
yeah,
stuff.
there's a whole gambit. You know, once again, depending upon your style of play.
Does the ball look like a tennis ball?
No, it's a wiffle ball.
Oh, okay.
And they cost $2 to $3 a piece.
It doesn't bounce though, so you keep it in the air all the time?
It does
Right.
bounce.
It bounces. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm just trying to put all the pieces
Yeah.
together here.
You know, pickleball, the strategy in pickleball is you do have to let it bounce once on your side before you can play it in the air. The main strategy is you do kind of want to be at the net, you know, up closer, outside of that kitchen line. So we have this funny little area that you can't go into to play, just to make it a little bit more competitive and challenging.
Do you guys grunt like the tennis players do? Or not?
No.
I was just teasing you.
Connie doesn't because she's younger. I do because
It has nothing to do with the sport, though.
See, I got the girls wound up, so I thought I'd just keep it going. They're having fun already.
well, with Connie, she just got a brand new paddle and she called the manufacturer and said there was a defect because the ball wouldn't go over the net. As if that's a defect in the paddle.
We got stand-up comedy here too on the pickleball. Okay, let's just review again. For those who want to take part in the clinic, you should have some experience and know the rules in that clinic. When and where and how do you take part again?
The clinic is this coming Monday, April 13th. It is being held at Christian Family Church. If they're at all interested, they can contact me by phone. At this point would be the easiest, and my number is 507-456-2119. We also have a tournament coming up, though, we haven't mentioned, and that is on May 15th and 16th. Friday the 15th, we have mixed doubles, and Saturday will be men's doubles and women's doubles, and we have 3 different age brackets for that. That is being held down at the Morehouse Courts. The cost for that is $25 for the first event and an additional $5 if you choose to partake in 2 events.
Okay, and then those who would like to learn more, they can go what time, where to find out and learn about pickleball?
Well, right now we're still in our indoor season, so that's at Owatonna Christian Family Church out by Cabela's, and that play is Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays 9 until noon, and then Monday nights 6:30 to 8:30. So, and believe me, we have some people that just love, that they have a passion for the sport and just love helping new people learn the game.
Okay, so there's your opportunity. If you want to find out more about pickleball, there's your chances. And that's our talk of the town for today here on AM 1390.